What's up, everybody? We're fucking back. We're back. Good to see you guys again. Raheem Escalay here with 381st episode of 413 Sportstalk. Good to have you guys here. Today happens to be Friday, July 1st. We are back. Hope all is well with you and yours. We have training camps on the way for the entire NFL, and one hot button issue I want to talk about is Deshaun Watson today. So as we get into the show, we will talk about that, and suspension, and everything that entails that whole fiasco. It's getting to be that time, honestly. It's July. The legendary Leo season is almost upon us. July 25th. And it's also almost time for the MLB All-Star break, which this year is moved back to July 19th, as you know, you guys are normally used to seeing it on the 12th or something like that. I don't think it's earlier than the second week in July. Late this year, obviously, because of the lockout. But yeah, we're excited for it. Starting July 26, 2022, we will be diving into these NFL training camps, breaking them down completely, giving you every team's secret to winning the Super Bowl. That's going to happen later in the month. Can't wait for that. Also started to format my visits and reporting on the high school football scene as well in Western Mass, because y'all know how we love our football out here, right? So yeah, let's go. It's Friday. Episode 381 starts now. Corny joke. Here we go. What kind of haircut does a moon get? You don't know? He clips it. Get it? He clips it. Today's International Joke Day. That's why I kind of wanted to get that corniness out there. Something else I want to know is, who do you have so far at the All-Star break, which is coming up? Who's your vote for AL NL MVP? Right now, for me, it's looking like the New York Yankees' Aaron Judge on the American League side, and Paul Goldschmidt, who's got a fucking lava bat on the National League side, playing for the St. Louis Cardinals. Aaron Judge, what he's done is unstoppable. One thing not unstoppable. One thing, Aaron Judge, the season he's having is crazy. That arbitration, the whole way his contract broke down, I felt like he was worth like $21 million. I feel like they should have gave that to him. As you see, they really do 17, and then there's like another 4 in between, which I guess they're going to close on by the end of the season. I don't know. I thought they were the richest team in sports, honestly. So it's surprising to me that the Yankees are like penny pinching in a way. These guys aren't penny pitching, though. They are USC, the Trojans, and the UCLA Bears are set to move to the Big Ten Conference as early as January 2024. I'm all for it. Bring those kids from that school out there to compete against some real motherfucking competition, especially in football. Washington Wizards sign guard Bradley Beal to a massive 5-year, $251 million contract as NBA free agency. It's kind of like how it began with that. Boom. And then Kyrie opted into his contract. Now Kevin Durant wants to trade. It's drama. Yeah, shouts to you, Bradley. Portland Trail Blazers signed guard Anthony Simmons, 4 years, $100 million. And they also signed the 2022 NBA champion point guard Gary Payton II. 3 years, $28 million, which is a bit of a reach for me. I still feel like he's a bench caliber player. Yeah, and maybe it's a little bit too much more money for what he deserves. I'm just saying. John Morant inks his rookie max extension to the tune of 5 years and $231 million. God, if I have any more kids, I'm going to let them know, yeah, play basketball. These contracts are ridiculous. And that is it for the news. Now, a couple things to talk to you about. It's a real decent piece. Take a little time, so we're going to get through it quickly. is on the USFL. Some of us watch faithfully every week. Some of us have forgot. But one thing that you can't forget is that tomorrow, July 3rd, at 7:30 p.m., is the first ever USFL championship game. Bet your ass I'll be watching that. Anyway, let's go over standings, stats, stuff like that. The New Jersey Generals are 9-1. With a 5-0 record at home, they are also undefeated in divisional play, 6-0. After losing the league's inaugural game to the Birmingham Stallions, 28-24, they really haven't looked back, honestly. They won 9 straight. They earned a playoff berth, but were upset last Saturday by the Philadelphia Stars, who finished their year at 6-4 and are now getting ready to play in the USFL Championship. Wow, it's not exactly a championship record, but it's like a wild card team getting in there. They're stopped by Philadelphia squad that has been playing lights out defense for the last few weeks of the season, and they continued that into the playoffs. Now let's talk about those Stars. They're 6-4. They shared the 3-2 record at home as well as on the road, but they lost the last contest of the regular season, which is eyebrow raising. This team was not ready to bow out gracefully and go away, though, and they put forth a strong effort that led to the eventual upset of the New Jersey Generals last weekend. Michigan Panthers finished 2-8 to no playoffs, and the Pittsburgh Maulers finished a dismal 1-9, no playoffs for them either. South Division, let's talk about it. Birmingham Stallions, like the Generals, were also 9-1 on the year. The one loss was at home in Week 9 to the Houston Gamblers. And the score was 17-15. Low-scoring affair, good defense kind of match. When they got their opportunity to perform in the postseason, they did a very good job beating my team, the New Orleans Breakers, 31-17 in Canton, Ohio, same place that the NFL plays their Hall of Fame game to kick off the preseason. Birmingham advances to the first USFL Championship game on Sunday, July 3rd, 2022 at 7:30 p.m. against the Philadelphia Stars. The New Orleans Breakers finished 6-4 on the year with a commanding 4-1 home record, but fell to 2-3 on the road. Although they were good enough to make the postseason, they got slaughtered in the first round by Birmingham, 31-17. Hey, we'll be back next year, right? Tampa Bay Bandits at 4-6 didn't make the playoffs, and the Houston Gamblers were 3-7. No playoffs for you. USFL Championship Game 7-3/2022. 9-1 Birmingham Stallions versus the 6-4 Philadelphia Stars. I promise I won't say it again. And yeah, here we go. Let's talk about the stat leaders now. A group of guys who led the league in passing, rushing, and defensive stats. These guys might have done good enough. These guys, specifically the ones I'm talking about, might have been good enough for a tryout on an NFL team. It'll be interesting to see if anyone gets time. ESPN is going to make something like that forefront. So as soon as we know, I'll definitely let you guys know. Let's talk about passing. Jordan Ta'amu of the Tampa Bay Bandits was a clear-cut number 1 passer in the league. In 10 games, he compiled 2,014 passing yards on 172 completions. From 302 attempts. Ouch. 57% completion percentage, 14 tuds, and averaging a hair over 200 passing yards a game. But his team failed to make the playoffs. And he also led the league in passing touchdowns with 14. All low stats, as you want to compare them to some of the NFL greats who consistently throw like 25, 30 touchdowns a season. Receiving Cavante Turpin, also of the Tampa Bay Bandits, led the league in receiving yards. 44 catches, 540 on the year, and 4 touchdowns with a 12.3 yards per catch average. Isaiah Zuber of the Houston Gamblers led all wideouts with 5 touchdown grabs. 9 games, he had 22 catches, 322 yards, and 5 touchdowns, averaging 14.6 yards a catch. Wow. Let's talk about rushing. Jordan Ellis of the New Orleans Breakers rushed for the most yards, 596 in 10 games, 7 of which were starts. He finished with 4 rushing touchdowns on the year. Probably the most impressive back here in the league, who led the league with 9 rushing touchdowns, was Darius Victor of the New Jersey Generals. He gets a chance to play in the title game tomorrow, so we're going to see what those legs are made of. Adding to his 9 scores are 577 yards on 127 carries, averaging 4.5 a pop. And that is satisfactory for any football coach, I would think. Defense now. Let's talk defense. Interceptions was Channing Stribley of the Philadelphia Stars with 7. Sacks was Chris Odom of the Houston Gamblers with 12.5. And Donald Payne had tackles all handled with 117. He also played for the Houston Gamblers. And that's it for defensive stats. Kicking in points, Jordan Ta'amu scored 90 points, led everybody. Brandon Wright averaged 41.1 yards per punt for Tampa Bay. And for Pittsburgh, Ramiz Ahmed had 17 kickoff touchbacks, which is pretty cool. Pretty decent right there. Anyway, the USFL Championship game, again, is tomorrow night, 7:30. Make sure you guys tune in and continue to enjoy spring football. New Jersey versus Philly, baby. And that's it for the USFL. Now I'm going to talk about probably my favorite tennis player for women, Serena Williams. I wrote a little piece on her as she had announced her return to Wimbledon earlier in the week. But it's Saturday, and I think we kind of know what happened. So as you listen to this, you'll notice that I wrote it days before. And it goes a little something like this. 23 singles and 14 doubles Grand Slam titles later. And Serena Williams is competing again. Yes, she is competing again. Damn. Been a long time since her 1995 professional debut where she won the French and U.S. Open. Where were you? Shit, I was 7. Serena started playing the game at 5 and made her professional debut at 14. She's a proven winner who trains just as hard as she plays. In 2017 at the Australian Open, she won her 23rd singles title, surpassing the mark in which tennis legend Steffi Graf had set originally. After this, in her pregnancy break, the Queen has reached four major titles since her return to play. 14 doubles matches were only done with her sister, Venus. And they are unbeaten in Grand Slam finals as a pair. Unbeaten. When they get to the finals, no one's beaten them. She is now 40 years old and has left last year's Wimbledon injured. And that left a lot of speculation with what the future may hold for her already illustrious career. She returned to competitive play last week in a tournament in Eastbourne, Great Britain, and to the delight of her fans announced that she will be playing in Wimbledon in a week or so. It was like a week or so later, I'd say. The former world number 1 player, now ranked 1,204th. After her long break, normally wouldn't qualify for the tournament with her current ranking, but giving a special wild card. We'll just call it that, a wild card. And she will play the French player Harmony Tan in the first round. Serena needs just one more individual major title to tie the all-time record currently held by Australian Margaret Court. What a legend. 7 of her singles trophies have been won at Wimbledon's center court. So she's very familiar with this tennis court. So it adds a little for feeling she might win. Earlier this month, she announced her return on Instagram simply as SW and SW19. It's a date referring to her initials and the area code for the leafy southwest London neighborhood in which the annual tournament is held. Completing at the highest level is something Serena's done for decades. And at 40 years old, she will need to be at or very near that same level, the physical best, that she's used to being in order to win her elusive 24th title. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. USA time established, she faces the 115th ranked Harmony Tan as her quest for a 24th title begins. Serena, I love you. You're fucking awesome. Congratulations on your return. As I said, today's Saturday. I wrote this while I was on vacation, so we know what happened with that match. Harmony won. Don't give up, girl. Don't retire without winning that one, okay? All right. Let's talk MLB now, guys. Guardians over the Twins 5-3. Philly over Atlanta 14-4. Houston 2. Yanks 1. Yes. Pittsburgh 8. Milwaukee 7. Chicago Cubs 15, the Cincinnati Reds 7, Seattle 8, Oakland 6, and the Dodgers beat the Padres 3-1. WNBA time for that ass. The Atlanta Dream over the New York Liberty 92-81. WNBA vet Tiffany Hayes makes her return from knee surgery and did so in epic fashion, breaking ankles and splashing the first 2 shots she took, which were threes. And finished the game with 21 points in 30 minutes, 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Atlanta improves to 9-11 on the year. Thank you so much for your continued support of this beautiful sports podcast. YouTube, we have 49 subscribers over there, so if you'd like to come over there and help us out to grow that number and take a look at the content we have there. We have more than 360 videos, so if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, that would be greatly appreciated, and it helps out this show so much. Still doing our thing here on Facebook as well, and we have the viewers and the region's student athletes to thank for that. In the next 2 episodes, you can expect to see things that I feel like the NFL teams still needed to do. We're starting with NFC. AFC will wrap up on Sunday. And yeah, that's what I have for you. Love you all. Wish you never health, wealth, and success. It feels good to be back. Tomorrow on Saturday will be episode 382, and we will have that for you at some point in the early afternoon. Love you all. Wish you nothing but health, wealth, and success. It's Raheem. Have a great day.